Welcome y'all to Couch Conversations. Tune in, invite somebody. Make sure y'all have somebody tune in with you. Invite 2 friends, invite 3 friends. We got a good conversation tonight. How y'all doing? We about to get started in a minute. We're going to wait a couple minutes and then we're going to get started. So tonight's episode is Death to 2021. And the reason I named it that is because we're going to recap all the stuff that happened this year and say goodbye. This has been a trying year for a lot of people, and I know it has been for me. So, y'all tune in, invite a couple of y'all friends to tune in. Let's discuss 2021 and then put it to rest. How about that? And for the people that's watching, thank y'all for tuning in. If this is your first time watching, y'all are in for a treat because this is just an hour of my shenanigans, okay? So y'all get ready, and we are about to start the show. Hey, let's go.
You're now tuning in live with DMEG Radio. Danni Girl Live. Couch Conversations. Let's go! Couch Conversation with Danni Girl Live. DMG Radio on fire. You listen and ride where you hear the hottest underground and independent music. Tune in with Couch Conversations where they talk about it. No, it ain't the Breakfast Club. It's Danni Girl going live. Danni Girl going live. Danni Girl going live. No, it ain't the Breakfast Club. It's Danni Girl going live. Danni Girl going live. Danni Girl going live. Killer! DMG Radio. Danni Girl Live. Couch Conversation. You know what it is. Monsters.
Welcome to Couch Conversations. You are tuned in with your girl, Danni Girl. We are here to put 2021 to rest and move the hell on. All right. So tonight's episode is called Death to 2021. We're going to recap some things that happened this year and also some things that I did this year. And we're going to say goodbye to this year, wish it the best, and move the hell on. Because this year has been trying for everybody. This year, I know we have taken a lot of loss as far as grievances with family members, friends, and things like that. We've also got a lot of blessings. I know I was blessed this year tremendously. It was a lot of things that went viral this year. So we're going to go over that. And at the end of this show, we're going to say peace out. And we're going to come back to a new show next year with whole new topics. And we're going to start all over again. Okay. So if y'all know the deal, y'all know if this is your first time, don't be surprised about nothing you see on here. I smoke, I drink, and I talk shit. Okay. So the things that I wanted to talk about definitely this year is we going to start at the top of the year and some things that happened in January. And you cannot start the year off without talking about the stuff that happened at Washington when they stormed Washington, D.C., and all these fools ran up in the Capitol. So I really didn't care about what was going on when it was going on. I watched a couple clips of it, and I said the white people that lost their goddamn mind. and it wasn't my problem. That's how I felt about it. But I want to say the people that were there have been charged. A lot of them that were found have been charged, and they are doing time behind that. Little charade that they decided to pull, all the Trump supporters, all the Trumpers, all the fools that ran up in the Capitol and decided they wanted to steal and tear stuff up. They have been prosecuted. So shout out to whoever it was that prosecuted them, because that was not okay. And yeah, that was January. Anything else that happened in January, I ain't too much concerned about. February, we had Tessica Brown, aka the Gorilla Glue Girl, who glued her hair to her scalp. She had to go through all her surgeries, dramas, and etc. after going viral. Everybody heard about the Gorilla Glue story. Well, the update on her is after a whole year, a whole 8, 9, 10 months, she decided to release a song about her hair. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and by the way, for y'all that didn't know, she did something else to her hair last month and it fell out again. Okay, so we just gonna pray for Tessica and hope she leave her hair alone. Okay, I don't know too much of what happened in March. Wasn't my concern, but what I can tell you is in January 2021, I started Couch Conversations, and I was able to go my first season, which was 16 episodes. Shout out to everybody that made that possible. The ratings were amazing. Like, I'll be looking at the numbers. They're still going up. Y'all still watching it on YouTube. If you want to watch it on YouTube, watch any reruns on YouTube. You can catch me on YouTube at DMEG Radio. Okay. So shout out to everybody that made Couch Conversations possible. And to the people that sponsored the first season of Couch Conversations, I appreciate you. We have Aaron McClendon at the Aaron Linnell Connection. Miss Nika is all about support. Andrew, aka Little Jazz, Big Jazz, Danni. Shout out to all the people that sponsored anything for Couch Conversations. We really appreciate your support. I also wanted to say, for all the people that voted for Biden, I just want to let y'all know he played y'all. Him and Kamala played the hell out of y'all, okay? They played y'all. They played y'all. They played y'all, okay? Do y'all know that she's not even claiming to be black anymore? Now she's claiming to be Asian American. So for everybody that voted for her and had on their chucks and pearls and all the HBCUs that backed her and did all of this stuff, and y'all was so proud because she was the African American president, she ain't even claiming us no more. She used our votes to get in office, and now every time you see her post something, when she does, she's Asian American. So just to let y'all know, she played the hell out of y'all. All right? She used y'all for y'all votes. Thank you, Brian. I'm going to keep grinding. Same to you and your son, Red Vegas. Shout out to Brian Moore in Red Vegas. He's out there grinding, doing his thing, and I really love his little swag. So I'm looking forward to the album dropping, and y'all stay tuned. I'll let y'all know when that come out. What else happened this year? I became an artist this year. For y'all that don't know, I know a lot of y'all know I was singing around Vegas, and I've been on a couple people's tracks, and I've done some karaoke. I've sung at a couple of my own shows, but I made it official this year. So I've been singing all year. I've been doing shows this year. Shout out to Jamel and Tweety for casting me at Dragtiquity earlier this year. I was with them for a few months. It was amazing to be performing on that type of stage. And shout out to D-Rev, aka Danni, for producing my first album, my first single, Blunts for Two, which will be streaming January 9th. So y'all stay tuned for that. Shout out to everybody that responded to the post yesterday or day before yesterday. Everybody that responded to the post got Blunts for Two ahead of time. So thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And shout out to Jason Dees, who's also been helping me with my project. I love y'all. Y'all might know in July, Jeff Bezos went to space for 11 minutes. So this is where y'all Amazon money went. Okay, so let's talk about Amazon, because I know y'all probably heard a couple weeks ago the Amazon plant was destroyed and the people couldn't go home and it was a big mess down in Texas. Jeff Bezos is slave working y'all Amazon workers so that he could go to space. I'm gonna need y'all to find y'all some better employment, or at least somebody that respects their employees. Because to sit up there in the middle of a storm and tell you that you can't go home is not okay at all. Like me, honestly, me, the person that I am, I'd have packed up and left anyway. I'd have got my shit and I'd have been at home. I wouldn't have been in that building. They are the devil, definitely. Okay. Also, for those of you, and this is your first time tuning in, make sure if you have anything that you would like to talk about, that you put it in the comments. If you have anything that you would like for me to discuss, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments, because I'm reading them while the show is going on, and I do respond. So make sure that you let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to touch on while the show is going. Also share, invite 3 friends, have your people come on and watch. I know a lot of people catch it after it goes off. Even if you catch it after it goes off, share, invite 3 friends to come watch the show and keep up with me. We find out about Black businesses on here, as well as upcoming events. I try to keep everybody informed of what's going on. If you have an event or an album, a business, something that you would like for me to promote, make sure that you get it to me. Make sure that you inbox it to me, DM it to me, text it to me. Before the show is over, I'll flash my number and my email address. So make sure that you get it to me some type of way. What else? Oh, speaking of promotion, if y'all don't have this book, go get it. Here we go. Y'all see the book? Y'all see the book? Y'all see the book? Stranded on Death Row by my guy, Danny Boy Stewart. Make sure you cop this. It is on Amazon right now for $19.99. $20, okay? It'll be the best $20 you spend to read a book. Trust me. He has had an interesting life. And I tell people all the time, y'all reading the blogs and y'all sitting up here listening to the interviews, because he does disclose a lot during the interview. But y'all need this book. This book is a complete life story about him from the time he met Suge up until present day, maybe a couple years ago. So please check this book out. It's on Amazon, $20. Stranded on Death Row by Danny Boy Stewart. Very, very, very good read. Make sure you copy. Let's see what else. Shout out to Conley West. I see you out here, Conley. Shout out to you. One of the best producers on the West Coast. A lot of people sleeping on Conley, but y'all better get it together. All right. Let's see. Andrew Brown, aka Little Dress, aka Baby Drew, had the party of the year in September. Okay. I have to say, shout out to Nikki and Keon for throwing the party. That party was so lit. Okay. First of all, it was packed, and it was like low-key star-studded. Like every musician, producer, anybody that was anybody in LA was there. Party of the year. I had a dope party. Don't get me wrong. My all blue bash and my Soulful Sundays party were popping. But hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. Quick commercial break. I'm being interrupted. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a little interruption. Hey, Miss Erica. Hey, DJ King Price. That's my DJ. Yep, that's my DJ. Shout out to DJ King Price. All right, y'all. Back to what I was saying, because this is crazy. My all blue bash and my Soulful Sundays party, they were lit. They were packed. I had some of the dopest artists from every coast there, from the South, from the East. I had some dope artists at both my parties, but Andrew's party, oh my God. Okay. So shout out to Nikki and Keon, because that was definitely the party of 2021. If you missed it, you just missed it. Let's see. What else we gonna talk about? So TikTok has been voted the biggest social media platform of 2021. And I have to admit, I'm a TikToker, y'all. I don't be on there posting a lot of videos, but let me tell y'all, I am addicted to TikTok. I'm on there every day. And it's a good way to get your music out. If you're trying to find another platform to get your music out, it's a good way to get your music out. Have somebody do a TikTok dance and post it and let it go viral. Anybody with any NFT plugs, if you know anything about NFTs or you have an NFT plug, please let me know. Somebody has inquired and I want to relay that information. So make sure y'all shoot it to me. Back to TikTok. Jason Derulo was crowned the king of TikTok. And if you own his page and you follow him, you see why. Let me tell y'all what I found out about TikTok. These people be telling all their business on there. They really do. I found out Wayne Brady is not married. He is happily divorced. And him and his wife co-parent very well. He's even co-parenting her new baby with her new husband. Hey, if they like it, I love it. So, the most played song in America in 2021, I had to find this out because I really wanted to know. The most played song in America for 2021 was Lil Nas X, Montero, Call Me By Your Name. I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. But I'm not surprised. That was the most played song in America this year. I hated the video. I really did. But I like the song. I have to tell y'all though, Lil Nas X, he be playing, y'all. He really do. I'm still trying to find out if he gay or not because I don't think he is. But I know he be playing, y'all. He works y'all nerves and then goes viral. And then he sells out because his marketing schemes are just so crazy. Like he was on Maury and then released the song. So, you know, like it's crazy. But hey, shout out to Lil Nas X for the most played song in America. Let's see. What else we talking about this year? If y'all remember anything that I missed, make sure y'all tap in and put it in the comments because we about to bury this year. I am over 2021. I am ready to go into 2022 fast and in a hurry. And for those of y'all that are in LA, pull up. We are throwing a party on 75th in Crenshaw for New Year's Eve. We're going to be there all night. So y'all pull up and we bring in the new year right because I am over this year. Trust me, I am. And I'm going to tell y'all why in a minute. For all my Marvel comic fans, Spider-Man finally came out and apparently has grossed over $1 billion already. It ain't even been out a month yet. This is crazy. It's bigger than Black Panther. I just like, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. And for y'all that didn't know, Zendaya is dating Tom Holland, her co-star. Apparently they've been together most of 2021 and they just decided to let it out the bag. So, you know, power to them and hope they make it work. What else we gonna talk about? So I've noticed some royalty left their royal families this year. I thought that was really interesting. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they left the royal family. Harry opted to leave the royal family pending the birth of his son. There was some racist comments made, and him and Markle got the hell on. I'm not surprised about any of that. I'm not surprised they got the hell on. If out of those two children, he is more like Princess Diana than his brother is. And if you know anything about Princess Diana, you know she did not tolerate the royal family's BS. So shout out to them for getting their freedom, their independence, and finding their peace and happiness. They ain't going broke no time soon. Also, I'm not sure if a lot of you know the Empress of, oh my God, let me get it right. I want to say China. She left her family. She found love with a lawyer from New York. And They told her she could get married and give up being a princess, or she could get married and move to New York with her husband. She got married, moved to New York with her husband, and basically told the royal family, screw them and their money. She left with her clothes and got on, okay? So shout out to these people that have found true love and realized that money ain't everything, because some of y'all got it real messed up. Shout out to Britney Spears. I just want to, Britney, the Free Britney campaign, and they finally freed her. Just to see her like posting videos, to see her get her first iPad, all that type of stuff, to see she's seen her children. Like, they wouldn't let her do nothing, y'all. She has been completely cut off from the outside world. She hasn't seen her children. She had no cell phone, no TV, nothing. They had her literally completely cut off from the outside world. So shout out to Britney for getting her freedom. I don't think anybody deserves that type of treatment. I'm sorry. I know they said she was a little mental and that she has some issues, but at the end of the day, we all do. That lady is 40 years old and she's just now being free. She's been in this situation for over a decade. So shout out to Britney for getting her freedom. So y'all know I gotta talk shit about the Kardashians. So Kim and Kanye broke up. Kanye back with a black girl. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but he back with a black girl. And Kim is dating Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live, who has his own issues. If you know anything about him, he has his own issues. I just wish them the best. Kanye then moved across the street from her, and I don't know how that's gonna play out, but I wish them the best. That's all I can say. A lot of people also this year talked about Simone Biles quitting the Olympics. I have to tell y'all, I kind of agree with her. Reason being is because they weren't going to judge her on her actual ability. They were judging her on everybody else's ability. Basically, she was too talented, and what she did was unfair to the other contestants. So they weren't going to judge her on her ability. She said she needed to take a mental health break and got the hell out of there. I'm not mad. I wouldn't have let them cheat me out of anything either, okay? And that's basically what they were doing to her. So, shout out to Simone for realizing her worth and getting the hell on. Now, I have to talk about this right here. I want to give a shout out to the Eastie Boys, the real JFK and the real C Styles. I really want to give a shout out to them because I've been watching JFK for a few years now. I've been knowing him about, let's say, 7-8 years. So I've been watching him musically about 6 or 7. He's a dope producer. He produces Black Thompson. That was one of the first people that I knew he produced. And the song he did for Black did really, really good. I was watching the YouTube views and things like that. Last week I was talking about Want These Problems. He produced that song. But for those of you that don't know, the Eastie Boys are also the genius team behind producing Chosen. Okay. So I just want to read y'all these stats real quick. So Chosen by Blast was #1 on Billboard. It was actually on Billboard for 18 weeks. And it has 43 million views on YouTube. It was certified gold in October. It's on 2K. In case you haven't heard, I know some of y'all play y'all game. It's on 2K. It has, and this was the last I checked, so I know this number isn't accurate. Over 65 million streams on Spotify and 100 million streams on TikTok. Oh my God. Shout out to the Eastie Boys. JFK, I'm proud of you, boy. I can't even. Woo! Shout out to the Eastie Boys. That's what I'm talking about. They didn't work with everybody, okay? So in the process of them working with Black and Blast, they have also worked with Ty Dolla $ign, Schoolboy Q, and the list goes on and on and on. I didn't even write the list down because it was getting a little long for me. But I want to give them a big shout out. I am super proud of y'all. I love to see my homies doing their thing, And that right there is what I'm talking about, boy. So shout out to the Eastie Boys. I'm telling y'all now, if Blast don't get an award at the BET Awards or the BET Hip Hop Awards, I am not watching BET anymore. Just letting y'all know that, because they be bullshitting with these awards. And I would like to see, outside of Lil Nas X, who come with some good numbers like that. Because boy. Shout out to the Eastie Boys again. Let's see what else I want to talk about. Okay, so all my friends that's watching, who I know personally, I just want to say that I love y'all. We have been through a lot this year. In the past 3 months, just this last quarter of the year, we've lost quite a few people. I'm not even going to go to the beginning of the year. Just in these past 3 months, we've lost quite a few people. So my heart, my soul, my prayers, my everything goes out to April Weston Jackson. She lost her husband the first week of October, and we had just seen him the week before. I really just, my heart goes out to her. I couldn't imagine being with somebody over 20 years and having kids and being married and losing their best friend. So my heart goes out to you, baby girl. I know it's hard, but we here for you, sis. We got your back. If you need us, sis, we here. Also, last month, oh my God, Jesus, LA lost a legend. Gospel music will never be the same in LA. But shout out to everybody that lost Ray Nail. That was my bro. That was my kid's godfather. We've worked on some music projects together. He sung in our group before. He's literally sung with everybody in LA. So for all my friends that lost Ray, I love y'all. And we got each other. Trust me, they do. Shout out to Erica. Erica Beckwith, Miss Is the Business, the queen behind the scene. She started Well Check Wednesdays a few weeks ago. I posted about it. I posted about it again today. Well Check Wednesdays was something I talked about a couple weeks ago. The day she started. She actually started it the day that I came back. Well Check Wednesdays is the day that we choose to check on our friends. It's the day that we choose to make sure that everybody is okay, and we do wellness checks. So I've been asking people to please jump on your Well Check Wednesdays with us. Your friends that you know are not all the way there. Their heart is broke. Their mind is hurting. Things like that. Please just jump on, call them, text them, make sure they okay. Because a lot of people this time of year, like I said before, they go through depression. They go through winter blues. They go through all these types of emotions, and they don't talk about them. And I don't know if y'all know, but the suicide rate goes up in the wintertime for a lot of different reasons. The holidays, the sun is down longer, it's night longer. So please, y'all, check on y'all loved ones, man. Make sure they okay. Let's see. We 30 minutes into the show. I'm going to take a commercial break. And I'll be right back. I have more to discuss. Oh, and for those of you, since we putting a death for 2021, for those of you that want to know why I don't have a co-host anymore, you're going to find out tonight. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Steve Wilkos, and if you guys are looking for a great store for adult entertainment, then check out Sex R Us. Samantha Robinson has everything from lingerie to those adult gadgets you can't find anywhere else. So hit her up.
Yeah. It's that gnarly world, watch how you cross me. The niggas I call my dogs, the ones that lost me. They know different things and watch my shit swing. I start talking so much, so I let my pen sing, yeah. I've been going through a lot of things, yeah. Private shit that I just
And we are back. So I done had to light the blunt and pour a drink on this one, y'all. So a couple people asked why I don't have a co-host anymore. And I'm going to explain it and try not to be messy. I don't like for people to cross me, okay? And I don't mean like just people doing stuff to me, because people do stuff on a regular. Like, if you know me and you genuinely are a part of my team or my squad, or if I say you my people, you know I will do anything for you. I will try to get you gigs. If you a designer, I'm gonna try to get you some clients. If you do hair, I'm gonna try to get you some clients. If you sell weed, I'm gonna try to get you some clients. I believe in helping my folks. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my folks do for me. And I appreciate it. What I'm not gonna have nobody do is sit next to me and tell people that they put me on. Nobody gets that credit except the 3 people that put me on. And I had said it was 2, but I'm gonna actually say it's 3, okay? If you're not one of those 3 people that put me on, don't go telling people you put me on. Especially when you met me, I was working for Danny Boy as his assistant. Don't tell people you put me on. I had a whole career for 12 years before that. And then to go on Facebook and try to slander me and try to get people to stop talking to me and try to get me fired from Dragtiquity and things like that, I don't play those games, okay? So can't nobody sit next to me if they not rocking with me. How about that? So I don't do the fake shit, and I'm not finna entertain the fake shit, and that's why I don't have a co-host, okay? I started this show. This was my idea that I came up with, and me and my sister, Miss Nika, put it together. So for somebody to tell me they're going to send me a cease and desist over my show that I have my logo on, they're out their fucking mind. So I'll sit here by myself and have a couple few guest co-hosts before I let a bitch sit in my face and be fake. So that's why I don't have a co-host, and that's why it's Couch Conversations with Danny Girl. All right? For those of y'all that don't know. All right. So let's move on. Erica says she reached out to so many people today and it was overwhelming. You never know what they are going through. And you know what? That is absolutely true. I called somebody, and I'm not going to say who it was. I called somebody, checked on them. They told me they were okay. And then a couple hours later, I got a text message from them that was not disturbing, like they were going to do something to themselves, but it was disturbing on the fact that they text me how they feel. And, I just want to let y'all know that we here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole crew that do not mind talking, do not mind pulling up. However you need to be comforted. If you in Vegas, Cali, we'll pull up on you. If you somewhere else, we will call you, because depression is real, y'all. It really is. Depression is real. A lot of people don't take mental health seriously, but it is real. So we want to take this Well Check Wednesdays very seriously, and we want to continue to check on our people into 2022. That is one thing we will not be putting death to tonight, okay? We will not be putting death to Well Check Wednesdays. But anything else that we talking about tonight, we deading it. That's why I'm letting y'all know about the co-host situation. Because after Friday, I will not discuss this broad ever again. All right, just so we clear. Hey, Montika. I just want to shout out Montika. She is at her and Erica. I just want y'all to know they are faithful to watching me. From episode, I think they checked in like episode 2. They've been in every episode that I have filmed. So I thank y'all for being faithful. I thank y'all for supporting. I thank y'all for bringing y'all friends and family into the show. I appreciate y'all, for real, for real. So another thing I wanted to talk about was I want y'all to please say a prayer for Danny Boy. You might have seen me post it on my page. Please say a prayer for him. His daughter was in a car accident, and we just want to keep them uplifted in prayer. He's been traveling back and forth from Arizona to Chicago, and we just want to keep them lifted up in prayer, keep them on our hearts. And for those of you that would like to make him a part of your Well Check Wednesdays, you can catch him on IG or on Facebook. Just make sure that when you do, just send him a little message and let him know you're praying for him. He'll be happy. He will be happy to get those prayers, get that love. Just shout him out. If you're friends with him, send him a message and let him know you're praying for him. But we want to keep them uplifted in prayer. Also, Erica says support goes in a circle. It does. Okay, so let me bring this up to y'all as well. So I put up a post about I don't support people that don't support me. And the reason I put that post up is because if you know me, you know, if you invite me somewhere and I'm not busy or I can be there, I will. I've went out and supported a lot of Vegas artists that have invited me out. It's Cartier invited me out. I showed up for them. Forever Divine, I showed up. Abrielle, I showed up. Lacey, I showed up. Melanated Hipsters, I showed up. And I also have these people come and perform with me. And I try my hardest to support everybody when I get invites. I was told that I was wrong because I stopped supporting some people. Now, let me tell you something. If I can pay to come to your events, I sit there, listen to the bullshit artists that you book, listen to niggas yelling in the microphone, jumping all over the stage and doing all this bullshit, and y'all charging $20 and $30 for y'all events, it should not be hard for you to pay $10 to come to mine. And that's what it's been a lot of. Like, I go and support everybody to the best of my ability, but these same people do not support me. Support goes in a circle. So if you expect me to come to your event, please come to mine. Like I tell people all the time, when I would send invitations out, I send them to people who I know I've supported. If I came to your event last week, I'm going to send you an invitation to my event next week. And I expect you to be there because you're going to want me at your next event. So I want y'all to know if I'm not supporting you, that's why. And maybe you should reach out a little bit better and try to come to something I'm having, or, you know, I don't know, stream the album. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Support goes in a circle, period. Let me see what else I want to talk about. Dang, I only got 20 minutes left. I've been ranting for 20 minutes, y'all. Shout out to everybody watching. I see y'all tapping in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I know some of y'all just coming on here to see what I'm talking about, but yeah, this is what it is. It's Couch Conversations, and it's Danni Girl on her rant. LL Cool J has canceled his performance at Rocket New Year's Eve after testing positive for COVID. Wow. Okay. This COVID thing is crazy because I know people that have had COVID 2 or 3 times. That's crazy to me. I refuse to get vaccinated and still get COVID. I'm sorry. Everybody want to compare it to the measles and the chicken pox and the mumps and polio. Let me tell y'all something. When I got a measles immunization, I didn't catch measles. I've never had chicken pox because when I was little, I got a chicken pox immunization. I'm not finna go get a COVID nothing and catch COVID. So, you know, all the people that have had COVID and recovered, God bless you. All the people that are going through COVID, my prayers are with you. I'm not getting the vaccine, though. I can tell y'all that. And don't send me no messages about why I need to do it. I'm not getting the vaccine. Thank you. This COVID thing is crazy. That's all I can say because my son has a friend. He caught COVID. His parents told him to get a vaccine. He got the vaccine, caught COVID again. Like, I'm not going through that. I'm not doing it. I'm just letting y'all know. So shout out to everybody that recovered from COVID. COVID sucks. Fuck COVID. Shout out to everybody that has recovered, that's going through it. My prayers are with people that have lost people to COVID. It's been a trying 2 years, I should say, of losing people to COVID. Shots are null and void now. Yeah, I've heard the shot don't even matter. So, I'm done with the COVID thing. I'm over it. I don't want to talk about the COVID vaccine though. Just don't nobody talk to me about it. I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not putting nothing strange in my body because for those of you that don't know, I watched the documentary on where COVID came from. It's on Netflix. It's called Explained. The episode is called Virus X. One more time. It's on Netflix. The series is called Explained. The episode is called Virus X. Watch that and tell me if you want to go get the COVID vaccine. Period. So anyway, let me get back to my little book. And for those of y'all that don't know, I'm over here with my Don Julio. Because y'all know I love to drink on my show. Shout out to Mr. Jazz and Soulmatic. For those of you that don't know, they're clients of mine. I'm just so proud of them because they have been in hiatus forever. And this was their year. They took a loss this year, which was Solo. I'm still like in shock. But at the same time, they blossomed so beautifully this year. They dropped 2 singles this year, Just Can't Figure You Out and Let Me. They also dropped the album Nostalgic Soul, and they hit the stage. And I was so proud of them. So I just want to give them a shout out and let y'all know we're going to keep grinding through 2022. Y'all already know what we doing and how we doing it. So y'all stay tuned for them. And if you want to find them, they're on YouTube. They're streaming on all the platforms right now. Mr. Jazz and Soulmatic. SOULMATIK. Soulmatic. And the album is called Nostalgic Soul. So the comment I got for COVID is just cut back on mucus forming foods and add more alkaline. That makes a lot of sense because I drink a whole lot of alkaline water and I eat a lot of foods with alkaline in it. So that would kind of make sense as to why me and COVID ain't met yet. And I'm going to keep it that way. I got vaccinated because I love my job, but I will never tell anyone to get it. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know a few people feel like that. My caterer got vaccinated for his job. He decided he was going to work a 9 to 5 for the holidays, and he was down for 3 days. I felt so bad for him. Like, okay, y'all, I'm done with the COVID thing. So, let me get this address for y'all for this New Year's Eve party because I want y'all to pull up. We going all the way in. And the address is 7617 Crenshaw Boulevard. It's $15 to get in. And we have Cornell Lamar Wallace performing, Keon, Joy Carter, myself, Baby J, Yikes, Unique, Squeak Nutty Bug, and more. We're also going to be doing open mic that night. So if you would like to perform, pull up. We'll be there. I have a couple special guests coming through just to, grace the building for me. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and be in the building for that. If you need any further information about that, please feel free to inbox me and I'll make sure that you get it. Got so much, everything in my phone, y'all. Everything in my phone. Okay, here we go. Also, like I said, Blunts for Two will start streaming January 9th. So make sure you cop that. It'll be streaming on all platforms. I'm working on my second single in the meantime as well. So y'all stay tuned. I got a lot going on this year. We got a Valentine's Day show coming up. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be announcing the location. And before I end the show, I'm just going to run through one more commercial break. And as always, y'all know this is my favorite commercial. It's not actually a commercial, but it's my favorite video that I use for a commercial. And I'm going to play it until y'all get the message. Because some of y'all don't get it. Apparently my co-host didn't.
You should never take constructive criticism from people who never built anything. One of my millennials tweet that for me. Never take constructive criticism from people who never built anything. Because people who have never been on a construction team are always on a demolition crew. So if they don't know how to build up, their expertise is always how to break down.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Never take advice from somebody who's never been on a construction crew. And I am so serious about this because I'm really big about building. Anybody that comes into my circle, I always try to see what their potential is for building. And I know at this point in time, I need to start picking people better. One thing that I've learned about myself this year is I've chosen people based on their potential and not what they're actually doing. So no more potential for me. I'm not living on what a person's potential is, not in my friendships, relationships, not my business relationships. I need you to be active and I need you to be building and not tearing shit down. That's why I don't have a man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If you can't build with me, we can't be together. And the last nigga I had, he was trying to tear my shit down because it wasn't going how he wanted it to go. We don't do that. We don't do that. It's not my job to put you on if you already claim you own. So I need y'all to get it together. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. For all y'all artists running around here, y'all go on my website, because I've had this happen about 3 times this year. Y'all go on my website, y'all go on my Google, y'all see my resume, y'all see who I've worked with, who I'm connected to, who I've worked for, and y'all think that y'all finna come jump on my team and I'm gonna throw y'all to these people. It don't work like that. The reason that I'm able to work with these people or work for these people is because they trust my judgment. And I gotta fill you out before I hook you up with any of my friends, because I don't want you wasting their damn time. I've had a couple people ask me, do I know a manager? Erica is a very good manager, but I'm not sending y'all to Erica. But Erica to be calling me talking about y'all and wasted her time and be pissed off. So if y'all ain't got y'all shit together, stop trying to get to my damn friends. Period. Okay? Period. I don't care if it's my son, because he's his own entity. I heard somebody kind of downplay him earlier this year, but he is his own entity. I don't care if you're trying to get a track from my son. You better check his resume. And if you ain't got nothing going on, I'm not hooking you up with nobody in my circle. Period. Period. My circle grinds. That's why Erica is the queen behind the scene, because she gets shit done. That's the only person I know that hustle harder than me. Okay? The only person I know hustle harder than me. She gets it done. I call her because she get it done. I'm not sending nobody to her for management and y'all ain't got y'all shit together or ain't got shit going for her to work with. So don't try to come to me and try to get close to me or ask me to manage you or promote you or work with you because you trying to get to my friends. I've had a couple people come look at my website and they see Uncle Chuck on my website and they want to holler at me because they trying to get to Chuck. Well, guess what? You can go directly to Chuck if you want to. But if you bullshitting, don't get mad when Chuck cuss your ass out. Period. Let me go to these comments real quick. Hey, Monkila. Erica says she not taking new people in 2022. Y'all got 2 days to get with it. So how about that? And y'all ain't getting y'all shit together in 2 days. So I guess we ain't got to worry about her managing nobody. She said hustle begets hustle. Exactly. Exactly. So don't try to get to none of my people through me thinking it's going to be easy. You know why they love me and why they fuck with me the way I do, the way that they do? Because they know I'm not with the bullshit. And my son made a very good analogy last night. He said, you can't get through this door without getting through the next door. And you damn right. My friends trust my opinions and they trust that when I bring them artists, that the artist is ready to work and not go waste their time. So if you just coming to me to get to anybody on my website or to get to anybody that you see me with on Google or to get to anybody you see me with in a picture, stop wasting our time. Straight up. Straight up. We ain't got time for that shit. I'm not sending you to no studio, no producer, no manager, no nothing. Period. Just letting y'all know. Hey, Pops. Thank you for tapping in one time. So, yeah, I just want y'all to know 2022, we moving different. We doing different stuff. My events are different. My clients are different. I just got a couple new clients. Thank God, he's blessing. The artists are going to be different. So you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't out here working and getting y'all stuff together, then please don't contact my team because we don't have time. My team wants you to already have at least a single done, something they can hear. We ain't got time to be tripping with you in the studio. If you do drugs, do not contact me. I do not fuck with druggies. Straight up. You want to know why? Because y'all are wasting time in the studio. Y'all be too damn high to work. Period. And if I said something wrong, y'all let me know now. Because I'm just telling y'all what my experience has been these last 2 years with artists. And I'm not doing it again. So y'all make sure y'all got y'all stuff together. Make sure y'all ready to work. Okay. Make sure that if somebody is about to take you to the studio, that you come prepared. And I'm going to tell you something. We do creative sessions, but for the most part, when we get to the studio, you need to be ready to work. If you come to a show, you need to be ready to be on stage and work. It's fun, but it ain't games. Let's just put it out there like that, okay? It's fun, but it is not games around here. People is giving you their time, and time is money. So when you waste time, you wasting money as well. And I tell people all the time, my lowest I go is $25 an hour. So don't waste my time or my money. All right. That sounds good, Erica. Shout out to Canvas Couture. That's one of my favorites. Hi, baby. All right. We do have some shows coming up. If you would like to inquire about any of the shows we have coming up, let me know. If you're a comedian and you're interested in doing some comedy, Miss Erica books comedy for Buzz Yard. So you can tap in with me and I'll refer you over to her. She's the co-host there and she does a really good job. Like I had so much fun in my party. Shout out to everybody at Buzz Yard for my Buzz Yard birthday party. That was so fun. And she was such a good host. And it was just like a real turn up. Like it was supposed to be a pre-party to the party, but we just partied all that night and just flew it into the next day. So, you know, thank y'all for that. I had so much fun. I'm telling y'all, my birthday was so lit. And everybody that participated in any of my parties, I want to thank you because this was honestly the best birthday that I have ever had. Ever I have ever had. So I just want y'all to know that. I want to thank you for whatever your contribution was, whether you gave me a gift, if you showed up just as a guest, if you performed, if you said hi, it don't matter. If you was at any of those three parties, I thank you because this was honestly the best birthday. Let's see. What else? I got a couple minutes. I will be doing artist development in 2022. So stay tuned for that. I actually have some people that we're bringing to the table for artist development to help these artists get their stuff together. If you don't know how to monetize everything you do in the music industry, I got somebody that's going to help you monetize your life. How about that? I'm actually in the process of monetizing mine. Also, Valentine's Day. I have a Valentine's Day show coming up. If you're interested in being on that, make sure you tap in with me ASAP. And you got 2 days to get your nominations in for the DMEG Awards. They will be over on January 1st. So if you haven't got your nominations in for the DMEG Awards, please make sure you do that. You could go to one of the posts that I put up and you could put them on the post, or you could inbox it to me. You could text it to me, however. So the categories are, for those of you that don't know, the categories are the hardest hustler, which I think Erica got that category sold up, but we gonna nominate people anyway. The hardest hustler, the best music video, the best photographer, videographer, the best R&B male, female, the best rap male, female, also the best groups in those categories, the best gospel group, the best video. So we're touching everything. The best producer, the best musician, the best band, the best studio, and the best engineer. Those are the topics that we hitting. So make sure y'all get y'all nominations in, because I've been checking the nominations out, and yeah, this is going to be a hard one. Also, if you would like to be nominated for the Spotify Wrapped Award, please make sure you send me your Spotify Wrapped screenshot that they gave you at the beginning of December. Just send me that, and we'll make sure that your name goes on the list. So we want to make sure that everybody get their nominations in, and then next month I'll be releasing what the nominations are, and then we're going to get to voting on them, okay? And we also will have a People's Choice Award. I'm going to get that together for y'all. And we will have a special performance at the DMEG Awards by Paul Douglas. He is the original D Barnes MVP winner from 2016. That's when I originally had the DMEG Awards. He is the MVP award winner. Just to let you know, I nominate my own people, and the winner gets an award from me. So he's the winner of the original DMEG D Barnes MVP award. So he will be here performing at the DMEG Awards as well as some other special guests. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all nominations in. We gonna have some dope performers. My panel that I have so far, and I'm not even done. My panel that I have so far is so dope. Like, I really wasn't expecting these people to come and volunteer their services. Like, I was overwhelmed and in tears when people started hitting me up telling me that they wanted to help me put it together and be a part. So next month, when all this stuff comes together and starts to come out, I will be so happy to let y'all know what's going on. Smith and Sons of Jericho were nominated for Ooh Wee, Another Blessing, featuring Bertrand Bailey for the 2022 Rhythm of Gospel Awards in the following categories. Let me see. Number 11, number 13, number 28. I know one of them is traditional gospel group. And a special congratulations to Reverend Pastor Anthony Smith, aka my Uncle Tony, for his nomination for Traditional Male Vocalist of the Year. Y'all know when that song came out earlier this year, I was on it. I was playing it for y'all. I was posting videos. I was sharing it. If you have not heard that song, it is streaming on all platforms. Really listen to it. I know a lot of people don't listen to gospel music, but that particular song you might want to listen to. It's just a little different. You can vote daily now through March 5th at HS Trial Rhythm of Gospel Homestead. Go to my page and the link will be posted. Okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all that. If you're friends with Erica, she has it on her page. If you're friends with any of Sons of Jericho, they have it on their page. So we're going to go ahead and post it on my page later. Make sure you go vote for them, please. In categories 11, 13, 28, and Traditional Male Vocalist of the Year. They called it Smooth Gospel Baby Making Music. Okay, I'm dead right now. Also, I want y'all to stay tuned because we're going to start the top of the year next week, next Wednesday. And we're going back to one of my old topics, which ended up being y'all's favorite. And I was asked to bring it back. So we're going to go back next week. Make sure you let all your friends know, tag your friends, bring your friends. If you know some church people, bring them with you because we are going back to the subject of what kind of music do church people have sex to? I was asked to bring that topic back to y'all, and we're going to talk about it once again. So you make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's going to be a good show. It was the last time, and it will be again. The comments and topics were just like so funny. But yeah, we're going to bring that back. What kind of music do church people have sex to? Is it church music, secular music? And if it's church music, we want to know the song. Okay? So y'all stay tuned. All right. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Death to 2021. We want to put everything that happened this year in the grave, say RIP to it, and move on. We got 2 days before the new year start. Y'all meet me at 7617 Crenshaw Boulevard, Friday night, 9 p.m. Make sure y'all be ready with y'all blunt ready, because I'm smoking blunts for 2 all night. And make sure you come hear me perform. Thank you for tuning in to everybody. I love y'all. Make sure anything we talked about tonight goes in the grave. This is death to 2021, y'all. So we leaving it behind. See y'all next year and have a divine rest of 2021. I love y'all. Good night.